Presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Squared Circle Relics Podcast. Today we are going to be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look at the newest product from AEW Upper Deck 2025. I'm joined by Jamie and Dave as always. How you boys doing?
Hello.
How you doing? A 2025 set in 2025. Can you believe it?
It's all good. It's relatively the start of the year as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they've knocked it out of the park already.
It's right on time, really.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Be happy.
Yeah, and like you say, obviously there has been issues in the past where it's not come out on time, but I'm kind of hoping that they're to the point now where they're going to get it out on time every year. So I think we should be all good. Should we get straight into it?
Yeah, man.
Let's dive into it. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So we've only had the hobby box released so far. Hobby boxes are retailing at about $115, $120. That's Great British pounds. I think it's the same in dollars anyway. Boxes, 12 boxes per case, 12 packs per box, and 12 cards per pack. So pretty much similar. I think it changed from 2023 a little bit. They did 24 packs then, but it was the same as this last year. Anyone been in any breaks or anything?
I was hoping to try and get in some breaks over the weekend, but as we mentioned on the pod last week, there just hasn't been that much kind of on whatnot really for AEW stuff. I think there's still a lot of Chrome still flying around, Sapphire still kind of flying around. But yeah, no, I haven't been in anything as I hoped I would have done really. Everything I've kind of seen is just via eBay and obviously watching your videos really. So
I think Medina would have been your best shot, bud, but he's off to Mania. So
Yeah.
he'll be back next week with probably... going through a bit more of it, but
Yeah, I think he did a couple, or at least one case on sort of release, didn't he?
yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit, but not positive on that one. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite sparing. But the good thing is, it has been accessible in the UK. It came out pretty much on release day, didn't it? So
yeah, so it shipped on release day, so it was here the day after, which is really, really good for us in the UK. Definitely helps when you've got places doing that.
Is that the quickest you've had it on release day, like pretty much the day after?
I think I've had it 2 days after before, but never like literally next day. So
That's really good.
yeah, really good. So let's talk about what to expect inside the boxes when they turn up. Hobby box. So you're looking at one auto memorabilia or premium card. That's going to be a big hit. You're going to get 3 dazzlers as always, 4 playing cards, 4 upper deck canvases, 4 upper deck portraits, which is one of the new ones. That has taken over the place of We Are All Elite, which we've had for a few years now. So nice replacement. You also get 6 golds, 3 pyros, 1 dynamite number 2, 199, and 1 outburst. Now, I will say you can, as you guys may have seen, you can get more than that as well. I haven't seen anyone get less than that, but I've seen people get more than that.
I don't think Stanley was too impressed.
No, he wasn't.
It's on the auto memo premium card. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar to what we've seen before, I would say. I mean, there is like one omission that from, like, I mean, we'll get in there in anyway when we talk about the base, but there's no steel anymore, right? So there's no
steel
like
cage. So that is a difference in terms of like last year. You were getting 2 numbered cards per hobby box.
Yeah.
This time round, it is just the 1.
And
so,
it's a 199.
Yeah.
So you're not getting one that's like 249,
399, or
anything like that. So fair enough, but it does just look like you're getting a bit less for your money in regards of it's basically. For 2 years ago, it's double the amount less and less number cards.
Yeah.
Do you think though, like with the numbers, like a steel cage out of 599, I still wouldn't consider that like a good number card to pull out of a box if you were not getting so many.
I think there were 249, but ultimately, yeah, I mean, like, unless they're like a rookie card or a big name like May, then yeah, they're like a couple of dollars if that on the resale. Yeah. So yeah, not the greatest.
And one thing I've noticed, obviously we're missing that one numbered card, is, I mean, I can only go from what I've seen, but most boxes I'm seeing have that one hit, but then they seem to have something else. So like in my boxes, obviously they're on YouTube if you do want to see them, but I hit sort of my hit and then a image variation each time. So I still got like a big kind of low numbered, low ratioed pack, I suppose, not low numbered, but yeah.
I've seen a lot of numbered inserts as well.
Yeah.
So you know,
yeah, some of them are really nice.
Yeah, they're about as well.
Cool. So that's what you get in a box. Obviously, we'll have e-pack later on down the line. 2024 came out really, really quickly in comparison to previous years before that. So you never know, we might get it kind of tail end of the summer, autumn time this year. Blasters are usually pretty quickly out after the hobby boxes. They haven't been released yet, or I haven't seen if they have.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend, right? It's bank holiday.
Bank holiday weekend.
I'm having a beer.
The boys having a beer. But yeah, they've stuck with the same principle for Blasters as last year in terms of it's the only place where you can get the pink to 79. So you can get half decent in there. They've switched where you get the diamond plate. So diamond plate's been in hobby before. It's now in Blasters. And they are 1 in 6 packs. So I'd imagine you're going to get 6 packs to a blaster. So 1 per blaster, you'd imagine.
Weren't they in Blasters before the diamond plates?
No, I think they've been in hobby. Might have been 2023 that they were in hobby. In 2024 they were in Blasters.
Yeah.
I'm
a little bit gutted actually that there aren't, obviously the blaster parallels. There's nothing on e-pack. It's a bit more of a chase. I don't know whether we'll get the combination with e-pack, but those kind of parallels, like they're the sort of things I would have gone for to get that base set and a numbered quite cheaply on ComC. So it'd be interesting to see if there's anything else in Blasters that are e-pack that would be worth grabbing, you know.
They still end up on ComC though. I mean, people still send retail into ComC.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you get them on eBay as well. You know.
Yeah.
The Blasters usually make their way over to the UK as well. I see them at shows and I've seen them online a few times. Cool. So let's talk quickly about the base and the parallels, that sort of thing. So as always with Flagship, it is a 100 card base set. 1 to 70 in the checklist is solo wrestlers, so single wrestlers. But it is the first time that we're having, quote, rookies. So it's first UD card. So it's in the set, it's Okada, Mercedes Moné, Shibata, Hologram, Queen, Aminata, Shane Taylor, and the Beast Mortis. Some have featured in other sets. Dave's face. It's like,
what? Monet's been in like Black Diamond.
Here we go. So they've all pretty much, I think all of them have been in at least one other set, whether it's Black Diamond, whether it's Allure 2024. I think it's those two pretty much.
Yeah.
But I will say this, so none of them have featured in a Flagship Upper Deck product.
Okay.
So really, it should be first Flagship UD cards.
Yeah.
All right. I'm with you now. I'm with you.
You're with me? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's a little bit of a reach. I mean, in one of my videos, I said the perfect time to do this was Series 2, 2022, because you couldn't have done it for that first release because they all would have been first Upper Deck card. Yeah. But the second one, you could have then cherry-picked, this kind of amount, 10, 20 guys or girls that you could have put the first UD on. So yeah, it's a little bit too late, I feel like.
The thing
It's
is,
strange.
oh, go on, James.
I say it's strange as well that obviously some of these guys have all had new arrivals cards, which would have been perfect to have the first UD card on it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially when you've got like guys who have had like the same image. I know Roosh is in there, but obviously Roosh is a very similar image, and Monet. It just makes you chuckle, doesn't it?
But what's the betting that the person making the set? I don't know who it is, but what's the betting the person making the set forgot that they
hasn't looked into it.
Yeah, or hasn't not like on purpose, but just gone,
or like taken a snapshot of 2024 checklist and looked who's different.
Well,
who's
different
new.
teams, aren't they? I think, yeah.
Never mind.
But it's the way if you try and look at a positive on it, in the future, if we do get actual rookies in this set, it will be nice that it's quite clear on the card that this is a rookie card. So
it is about time that we got young guns.
Yes,
I think that's the bigger mission, really. Yeah. Off of the base, you know what I mean. You can include it as like maybe the tail end of the base. Have a young gun section in there now, like put Beast Mortis in there maybe. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, even if I would like to see that actually, even if they did like a 5 card or like 3 card checklist for it. But yeah, as you say, just pop it at the end. It's a nice little chase, isn't it? So
it's like on like Heritage, they used to do kind of like the update sets in like the 100 to 105 as like a limited SP, but it was like the new rookies and stuff, wasn't it?
It is difficult though, because a lot of they still, which baffles me really. I mean, this is a whole conversation in itself. They don't have a lot of, I would say, like homegrown, like AEW
that have
talent
come through the ranks, sort of,
and make it basically. They might do all right, but they don't really make it that massive, I suppose. But it would be interesting to see like how they would do when obviously a lot of these people have got indie cards here, there, and everywhere in all the sets, and that's why they've never done it anyway.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see if they did start to do it, who they admit and who would they greenlight for it as well. I think that would be quite funny. But okay, cool.
Yeah, that would be good to see, definitely. So that's 1 to 70, which is it's quite strange because I feel like it's something like 64 to 69 is these first UD. And then there's one card which is on its own, number 70, Harley Cameron for some reason. Anyway, but then 70 to 90 is tags and trios, same as last year, and 90 to 100 is crew. And I will say, well, they've kind of switched it up a little bit with the crew. There's a few omissions and a few like newer people into the flagship product, so it's a little bit different. And yeah,
I suppose if they didn't do it, like I know that everyone thinks it's a ball ache, and I get that because sometimes, I mean, I've had it myself. I've had a ref/crew box before, and everything's been ref and crew.
You've pulled a Justin Roberts also as well,
and
right?
And then it had Aubrey one in it as well, and I've had ref boxes, crew boxes. Yeah, it does suck, but I'm kind of on the side these days with Billy about it. It is nice that they get in there because they don't look how many refs that WWE have got, and they never get cards and stuff like that. I think later down the line, I think we might appreciate it a bit more than we do now. That's what I'm saying. We rip it now and go shit.
it really hurts. It stings when you pull an auto because they're so hard to pull in AEW products anyway. Yeah, it hurts when it's like a ref or an announcer or anything. But I'm not saying I wouldn't want to see him in the sets. I don't mind if they take sort of 90 to 100 each time. I just don't like the autos. Not a fan.
I will say if anyone has got any Ian Riccaboni cards, he was asking on Instagram that he wants to get all of his own cards from the set. So send him a DM and he'll grab them off you if you have got an auto of Ian Riccaboni wants his own auto back.
Cool. So quickly, I'm just going to list off the parallels really quick. I I feel like they're pretty similar to last year, but let me know if there's any changes that you've spotted. So you got your gold as normal, you got pyro, diamond plate, which we said was just blasters. Then you got outburst, which are 1 per box. Clear cut, 1 in 57 boxes at pack. Sorry. Dynamites, as we said, are numbered to 199. Exclusives numbered to 100. We got pink pyros to 79, again, blasters only. Then you got your gold pyros to 35, outburst red to 25, high gloss to 10, and outburst gold 1-of-1s. Any differences from last year that you can remember off the top of your head?
So we know Billy said of the outbursts have now been done correctly, haven't they? So I think last year they were...
Yeah.
They're now literally just the cut out of the person with the background. So they really now pop as Billy hoped they would do, which is great.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that kind of difference on that.
I like how he had to tell them as well. Like, you're doing it wrong. I think it makes last year's all that more special because they are wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? They should be a different way and they're not. So, and they're out of 25s for the Reds.
Yeah.
And 1-of-1s are, gold. So, yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I just think it's a good balance.
Yeah,
I really do. Yes, we haven't got that steel one in there anymore.
249, yeah, it's missing. Yeah.
So, and I think wasn't the Dynamites 149 before? So they've kind of gone in the middle.
Yeah, they're kind of. I think so.
So it is what it is.
Does it make you wonder if the set was more short printed than it has been?
Yeah.
Or more base cards.
Potentially.
There's
I don't know.
possibility. Yeah, I think when you're taking out a few parallels, it's usually because they've not printed as much of the product.
Or they've put more inserts in.
Yeah. Yeah, they could well have done. Yeah, they could have done. And last thing on the sort of the base set, I mentioned it earlier, base image variations are 1 in every 432 packs, and it's a 20 card checklist. I will say that, judging from like previous years, again, they do look to have kind of tried to mix up the checklist on this one. So it's not, the top 20 guys from who you'd imagine. There are like different ones in there. So yeah, really cool. With the base image variations, I will say, obviously I pulled one on the channel. There is no indication that it's an image variation other than the silver kind of tint to it.
So the math of 432 is exactly 3 cases.
Okay.
1 in 3, okay.
There's 144 packs per case. I know that because I'm Rain Man. And so it works out to be 1 every 3 cases.
So I opened 2 boxes and got 2
case hits, 3
multiple case hits.
Yeah,
6 case hits. Yeah, okay.
We always do that with us lot, though, don't we? We always pull the multi-case hits between us. It's really strange.
Really, really strange.
I will say as well, though, this does help in some ways. That if you're going to want to try and pick up someone new PC, like I said, they're not identifiable. So always keep a look on eBay because you can pick these up by a mislabeled eBay listing, no doubt, as well.
You really can. Another AEW set that did it was Allure 2024 as well. And they're really, I feel like there is some indication on those on the checklist number is different. Whereas this time the checklist number is exactly the same as a base card. But again, with that Allure one, you can it's really hard to tell that it's an image variation otherwise.
I've not seen many of the image variation things so far. There's only sort of a handful appeared on eBay at the minute. I think the one that you got in your second box is definitely the better image out of all of them so far in that gear. I think it's really cool.
Really cool. Really nice card, yeah. And there's a few, like, as I said, the checklist is quite good on this, so I think it's quite varied. So you might be able to pick them up a little bit cheaper if it's guys that are not as sought after. Cool, right, that's probably it for the base and the parallels and stuff. Shall we talk some inserts?
Ooh, yes, please.
So I'll list off again. We'll talk about the more common ones. So these ones are kind of anything from 1 in 10 packs and below. So you've got your blue dazzlers, UD canvas, UD portraits, neon monikers, backstage chatter, playing cards 2 through 10, and foundational outlook. So the new ones there are foundational outlook, backstage chatter, and neon monikers, along with UD portraits. Dave looks like he's having a look at.
No, just the foundational outlook. I haven't seen.
So they look like Marvel cards, in my opinion.
Oh, right.
They look almost like Avengers or something.
Yeah, they look really smart, to be honest.
They are very nice. I think they're about 1 in 10 packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start off. Well, playing cards, I think it's kind of been done now. But outside of that, I loved all of them. I love the neon monikers. Backstage chatter is shit, but it's really nice shit.
It's really poppy. Yeah, it's really cool.
I like it. It's like, because they've done like Taz, and they've done...
Technique by Taz was last year, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
Excalibur Picks.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was really cool. Just saw the foundational outlook for the first time like that. I think the UD canvas, UD portraits are upgrades, and the dazzlers look lovely. Chips,
With a little neon on it, yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Dazzlers. So no, I think it's a hit.
One that I forgot to mention there, is one called, we've had it before, Total Access.
Total Access as well.
Now,
yes.
This is my favourite. Which is surprising that I left it off our sheet. It's my favourite insert from this year. It's got like a Panini photogenic kind of feel to it. The pictures on them are
like a candid
insane.
shot, isn't it?
Yeah, or it reminds me of the No Mercy set from WWF, where it's very dark and then it's really.
I saw the
cinematic.
Jay White one. It looks amazing. So yeah, I love them. I think they're great. I think
real big upgrade. I think on these.
I think it's a real like shining star of the set, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I you know me, I'm very critical. I mean, we've got other ones to talk about, more rarer ones, but I'm very critical when it comes to shit inserts from AEW, and have been very vocal about it of late. But I loved all these. I thought they were great. I thought from what was bad in Allure, I think they're so much better in this set.
Yeah.
So
cool. So we'll talk about the more rarer inserts now. So I don't know why I've done this in much smaller font than the rest of the page.
it's fine. It's good.
Green Dazzlers, which are 1 in 20. So obviously you get 3 Dazzlers per box. You're more likely to get 3 blue, but you could get a green. Playing cards, so you've got your face cards are 1 in 23, aces 1 in 68 packs, and jokers are 1 in 135. You've also got the gold speckle playing cards numbered to 52, which are really nice. If you see it, have you seen this?
Did you see the Tony Storm black and white playing card? It's so cool.
Really, really
See
cool.
the Queen of Spades. I love that.
Yeah.
They're really cool. I've yet to see the speckled ones yet. I need to have a look.
Yeah, I've seen one of those, some guy selling it on like a Facebook group. Really, really nice. Yeah, looked really smart. Jamie alluded to this one earlier, Finish It, which is 1 in every 144 packs. So that's the lenticular. It's got two people either side, and you do the lenticular. And you can
Definitely not Finish Her Off, as they called it.
Don't finish her off.
They're like the two. So you got, the preview was like Tony Storm, and then you flip it, it's Mariah May doing their finisher. And like I've seen the Edge and Christian Cage, you kind of flip between the two.
Yeah.
So it's quite a cool little lenticular, quite a basic one, but yeah, it's quite cool.
I think lenticular wise, it's better than flying through the air, because those
100%.
ones are not so good.
They don't really move either, no.
They look great as cards, but they don't move.
Yeah.
Then you've got a Day with the Belt. So this year it's a little bit less short printed. It's 1 in every 720 packs. And then one that is a little bit more short printed this time around, which I think makes sense actually, is the Retouched. So they are every one in 1,440 packs. So that is your inserts.
They've really brought down the day with the belts, because that was
the day
like
with the belts was
2,440.
Yep. I looked this up earlier, so you're right, because we were sort of talking about it yesterday, and you found one. Which that one you found, if that one is one in every 2,500 packs, that is a great price.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the playing cards are also, like, I know the Jokers and Aces, they were really quite high to try and get in previous sets, and they seem to have made them a lot more common, like with 1 in 135 packs. I'm sure that was closer to like higher mid figures to get kind of those Jokers and stuff.
No, it was 1,000 originally.
Was it? Yeah, I thought it was higher.
The golds, the Orange
Gold
Cassidy,
Jokers.
Danhausen Jokers, they were 1 in 1,000. I think they were.
Yeah, so they've
like
definitely reduced them down.
Yeah.
that's it. It does kind of make you think in years to come, it's going to be really hard to kind of get values on these because it's changing year to year. Like 1 year they're really short printed, the next year they're not. But I think the retouched being the most short printed insert makes a lot of sense because it's such a cool like looking card.
I love the Akada one with the rain cloud
With
above
the
it.
clouds, yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, but it's a bit of a, especially that day with the belt, considering, I mean, I saw the day with the belt prices quite high on some cards for this year's set, and I'm like, they shouldn't be the same as the previous year's set, but they are. They're around, a lot of them are around the 100, 120 mark. But I'm like, but it's nowhere near as rare. So why is it that price?
Yeah,
so
this is where the confusion can come in to play almost, isn't it?
I don't think people look at the odds. I think they look at the name and go, "Oh, that's a really rare car." Yeah,
that amount sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it from inserts. Should we talk some memorabilia? There's not an awful lot to talk about here. So we've got base red memorabilia shirts, or I assume shirts, that's what I've gone for. So you've got an 85 card set there. So we've got some people missing, obviously. And then you've got the base red matte relics, which is a 90 card set. So again, you've got 10 people missing. And that one, I think the matte one is all the crew, I think. And then you also, again, similar to the base, we get first upper deck relics for a few of these guys as well. Which, again, I'm not sure is necessarily true.
I don't really think it adds much value either, really, having a first relic of Mercedes Monet, but it is
like
what it
a
is.
plain black relic.
Yeah.
I was because there's a typo on his words on the sheet. I was actually more excited because you put fist UD relics. And I was like, they've got fistographs.
Oh, no, yeah. Unfortunately,
And now
not,
you've just said it. I'm like, oh, man. But yeah, I don't see the point of, like, I think we're beyond mem now. I just really do. We keep on having them the same every year. They're not worn to the ring generally. I think last year's...
They're numbered.
Last year's were numbered and they're very colourful.
Yeah.
I've just seen a lot of black this year so far.
So I did pick up a jewel relic the other day on eBay, predominantly because it wasn't just black. So it was a Harley Cameron and Soraya card, and it's got a black and a white. They're both completely plain, but still, I just thought it was something a little bit different. But yeah, pretty much.
I do kind of feel... Sorry, Chris.
No, you're fine.
Okay, I do kind of feel now that like base shirt relics kind of have moved away. I think now we've got Tops and Pliny doing just shirt relics, which are all funky colours that haven't ever been ring worn. I just feel like you've got your high end products, which have obviously nicer ring gear, and I just feel like base black shirt patches just had their day really a bit now, haven't they? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they put them in like black diamond, and you've got like booklets with just all black in it. And it's like,
four black
seriously?
rings,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think some work needs to be done on memorabilia cards. I think at least number them. At least if they're numbered, it kind of helps. But yeah, it's just I I feel like if you hit that and you don't hit anything else and that's your main hit, then you are left with kind of a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth.
If you want to change it up and want to have a bit different, what I suggest, go round and go and get all their boots, old boots, cut their boots up and do boot relics.
Boot relics, yeah, something
because
like
that would be so, like, nobody's doing that really at the minute. And I think that would be quite cool. You might get a few weird bits in there, a few bits of colour in there, etc. I think that would be just something refreshing other than a T-shirt in there.
I agree.
Plus, there's a lot of people in the hobby that have got foot fetishes, so it's
David,
both ways.
I think that's the prime thing, though, isn't it?
No, I'm really not.
Boot relics.
Boot relics.
Couldn't think of anything worse.
But the thing is, though, if Upper Deck are doing, kind of making these hits like a big hit of the box, do boots, you do less of them, and it makes it a bigger hit in the box anyway, doesn't it? So it makes perfect sense.
But if you want an idea, there's an idea. You know what I mean? Like, we three of us, we're nobodies. We're really nobodies. But at least, like, we can think about in 2 seconds a different suggestion. And all of them have got old boots. Just say, send us your old boots. We're going to make them into relics. And here's a couple of quid for doing it for us. You know what I mean? That's all you have to do, man. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, let's hope they listen, and next year, you never know, we might get
I think they're already done for next year, and if it's year to year, they'll probably know what they're doing next year. But I don't know, man. I just find it a bit lazy now, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's, as I said, it's lackluster when that is your big pull. It's, not so great. So let's talk about the autograph. So it is quite big news on this release. It is on-card autos. Happy, guys?
Amazing.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Well overdue.
Definitely well overdue. So,
because even Black Diamond was stickers, wasn't it? It's like we've never had any on-card before, so.
Yeah.
No. Not even which should be the dotted line ones, even they weren't on card. So
there has been one very, very small set that had on card autos. Billy mentioned it in the special you guys did with him, but he actually got one of the people on it wrong. It's Marina Shafir or Schaefer, I can't say her name. It was John Moxley, her, and Mariah May. So I think they're the only ones that I can really remember seeing on card. And they were seriously hard to pull as well.
What's that for that?
That was, I want to say Allure. Might have been the most recent Allure.
Okay.
But yeah, on-card autos, excellent. We very much appreciate that. So base autos, it's an 82 card set. It's missing some duels and some trios and Sorare again. Printing plate 101s. Again, we're missing a few guys. There's 74 cards in this one, and most of it is the tags and the trios that they don't have. Sort of dual or triples. There are a few in there. I think there's like FTR and a few of the kind of more staple guys, I would say. The Acclaimed, I think, were in there again. And then we have Ringmaster autos, which is 10 cards. These are 1 in every 3,000 packs. I've written in the notes, read the checklist. I don't have the checklist up.
I have. There's not many like massive names in that checklist.
That's probably why then.
Should we rattle through them really quickly?
Yeah, go through it, man.
So we've got Dustin Rhodes, Shida, John Silver, Austin Gunn, Ray Phoenix, Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa, Action Andretti, Anna Jay, and the Hangman. So
imagine pulling a
John Silver.
1 in 3,000.
Hey, I like John Silver,
Same,
but
yeah.
if I pull that, I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of or Austin Gunn. It's just like not even both guns.
Just one.
The biggest hit that you can possibly get, and it's Austin Gunn.
Yeah.
It's what it is, though.
That's it. It is what it is. So the base ones, we also have short print and super short print.
Same as last year, right?
Same as last year.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a few more super short prints on here than there was last year.
I always find it funny with that, because if you pull a number card of a super short printed, it's still everyone's still got the same amount of numbered cards.
No sense. Yeah.
So it's like
So
you've
is it
got less
only the base? Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got less base, but you still got the same amount of numbered cards. Okay, so you're trying to tell me the numbered cards are even more expensive now?
Or is the base more rare than the numbered card?
When the base autos are more expensive than the numbered cards? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
I don't know how it works, to be honest, but okay.
Yeah, really odd. And like,
It's very odd.
there's like Kill Switch on there again. He's always a bit funny with his autos for some reason. And there's no base version, so he kept them.
Whoa, there's a reason minute in there.
Yeah.
It's, bless him.
His auto isn't very good, though, to be fair, either. It's
I've never seen it
pretty
because he never signs.
I'll show you my buyback with him, and you try and tell me where you can see the buyback.
Cool. But yeah, some of the SSPs, Takeshita, John Moxley, Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, all the
MJF.
big names. Will Ospreay.
It's all the big
MJF's
guys, isn't
gotta
it?
be, hasn't he? MJF, Dustin Rhodes, and Chris Jericho. So there's a few, but they're all kind of, I feel like they're all kind of similar to last year's as well. And then we also have the 2024 update autos, which is 9 cards. Jamie, do you have those ones to hand?
I do. I don't know why they're quite updates. Normally you would expect them to be kind of newer people, but you got Billy Gunn, Deonna Purrazzo, Chris Statlander, Mother Wayne, Nick Wayne, Ty Valkyrie, Will Ospreay, The Acclaimed, and Top Flight. Which I guess Top Flight and Acclaimed are dual autos, I guess.
Yeah.
So what is the update autos?
So I don't know what
difference.
I don't know if they come in
So
late.
I think they look a little bit different.
Okay.
I think the bottom of the card looks a little bit different, and hopefully they got Nick Wayne's correct signature this time and not Nick Jackson.
I will. It does also say
Bloody Jacksons are everywhere.
all the Nicks, bloody Nicks. It doesn't say as well like what the hit rate is on the checklist either, which is a bit strange. But
Okay. I think one of my thoughts though of all of these is that I have seen the dual ones. I haven't seen the triple ones, but I have seen the dual ones, and it's just like one box at the bottom. So you have both people's
Sign
right next to each other and maybe overlapping. So I'm not a big fan of that really, but it's just nice to have on-card autos from Upper Deck. So there you go. I'm happy.
I feel it's very Tron cardsy the way that they're done, like the white box on the bottom.
that's left. Yeah.
No, that's all right.
Now we'll just say, completely disregard everything that I just said about SSP autos because I was looking at 2024 checklist. So
that's probably where you've gone wrong.
Yep, that's where I've gone wrong. There.
Yeah,
that's why they all seem so similar to last year.
We're live, pal.
Fuck yeah. It's anyway. I was about to say it's because I was doing some eBay stuff earlier and I was looking at some pack odds and stuff. But anyway, totally disregard what I was saying. Cool. So that's pretty much it from AEW 2025. So final thoughts? Seen any QC issues? Anything like that?
go on, Joe.
The only thing I noticed, obviously, on your, I don't know if it's just your video. I saw obviously your break. I saw there's quite like some dinked corners and stuff as you were getting cards out of packs. I don't know if that's just.
I think that's a waste of ways.
Yeah, obviously that hasn't changed. Obviously, Billy was still there, ironed out a lot of these things, but obviously we still noticed a lot of dinks on the colours, so that's still there, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't really noticed anything over the 2 boxes. I haven't had anything, where I thought, oh, that's a bit. Do you know what I mean? There's been no print lines, there's been no miscuts, anything like that. So it does seem like they have straightened out some of the issues, but I've been seeing some like configuration stuff online.
Yeah, let's get into that, yeah.
People pulling 3 autos. I think I saw someone open 2 boxes with 5 autos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said about the break, didn't you?
Medina, he pulled out of a case, out of 12 boxes, he pulled 1 auto, which was a printing plate auto, but still. So it's 1-on-1
crew
printing
as well.
plate auto. But and it was crew as well. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine being on that break going, where the fuck are all these autos? Because you expect at least 4 in a case from UD, right?
Yeah.
And even that annoys people because it's less. You expect, to be honest, between 4 and 6, depending on how good that case is going to be.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to be 1. Can you imagine being on that break going, I cannot believe what this is? And it makes it extremely hard for the breaker to sell your product. It makes it extremely hard for the punters to come back and spend more money when what's available. So,
especially if he's bought several cases of it and it's like the first one on release night. It's like, geez.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is, spoilers, in the next couple of weeks, not the next episode, but the episode after, we do have Medina on the show, so we can pose these questions to him. So, and how his thoughts about it and how he felt about it. So, it's not the best. From my side, I loved the images that they used. I think they have gone up so much. Like the quality of their imagery on all of their cards, especially on the base, has gone through the roof. I love it. I do think so. I love the first series. First series for me is very standalone. It's very different. It was so different. It was very black. You're not going to get it graded very well. There's QC issues all there. But it was the first attempt, and I think it's very iconic. Yeah. And I really have very fond feelings. I put my first 1-on-1 with that set. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of love. Between Series 2, Series 2, we all know that it went downhill at Series 2. It was a big downgrade, basically. But since then, Series 2, 3, 4, now 5, I think it's just trajectory has gone up and up and up and up and up. Mm-hmm. I love the inserts in this set. I think they're great. The mem, you need to sort that out. Autos, on-card autos, we can't ask for anything more. Maybe more of them, but we can't ask for anything more.
Right.
I think it's a win. I really do. But I think the good definitely outweighs the negative.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I can't wait if they're continue going up and up and up and up. I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, I feel like AEW stuff with Upper Deck, it's now hitting its stride. Like Allure seems to be improving year on year. Flagship, they seem to be getting there better with like design. It just seems to be like progress up, and it feels really
they're like almost just making these little tweaks to just make it that little bit better and better.
I think they're listening. I really do. I think the more people who are vocal about not necessarily the negatives, but the improvement points that they want to see, they have been listening and they're trying to do better every year. I can not say that will be the same for Tops.
No. God.
Tops just do what they would do and they don't give a shit about people generally, right? They just do what they do. They're a machine.
I mean, when you cast back to 2024 when we did this, I will just say on the mems, one of and I've had this on EPAC with my box hit was a manufactured patch. So at least they've cut out the manufactured patches that weren't, it was no great shake sort of thing. Yeah. I'd almost rather have these sort of base red memorabilia and shirts and stuff than a manufactured patch. So you could see it as an upgrade. I don't know. So yeah, that's our final thoughts on it. I totally agree with the guys. They seem to be getting better and better each year. Overall score. Can I get an overall score from you?
Go on, James.
I'm gonna go for 8.75.
Wow.
I think I really like the designs. I like the finish of them. I really like the outburst. Like I said, it really pops. I think a card I have to get will be, I'm going to try and get the red outburst of Tony Storm because she's got the red gear on. I think in the red it'll just be such a nice card and be something nice to have in the collection. So yeah, really, really enjoy the set. The one you sent me of like the day one Hangman.
Yeah.
I just think that's quite a cool thing being 5 years anniversary kind of like to go back and get those. So yeah, really, really like the set. And I think this would be really good. I think I would have marked it maybe a bit higher, but I think, like I say, the configuration is all over the shop when it comes to your boxes. But yeah, a good result, I think.
7.7. I still think they've got ways to go. They need to sort out that mem. They need to sort out that configuration. I could do without Abaddon looking like a mental Woody Woodpecker.
As number one.
She's got an image variation as well.
Fuck that. So yeah, I mean, but like, I don't think we've gone through a set since we've been doing these. I don't think we've gone through a set together and had so many positives to say.
Yeah.
I think it could easily be anywhere between 7.5 and 9 are praise on this. I think it's really good. But you can't have one auto in a case.
This is it. So this is why I'm going to give it. It was the lowest end of Dave's scale there, 7.5 for me. The autos hurt it, really, really hurt it. I think replace when you're doing that one box hit, replace the mem cards completely. Keep the SSP, SP, and base autos a thing, and then put one base auto guaranteed. It can be all of the shittier people. Do you know what I mean? There's
enough of them in there, yeah.
There's enough of them, and then just make those, the better guys, short prints and super short prints. So other than that, and obviously we've spoken about the mems, the rest of the set I really, really enjoy. So I just think it just needs that little tweak there, and they'll be in the 8s for sure. Cool. Right. That is about it from us. Jamie, do you want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, as always, if you want to find us over on social media, on Instagram, we're at Squared Circle Relics Pod. We're going back to putting up daily photos, and we're putting a bit of music behind each of them now as well, so you can have a little scroll through, listen to some tunes. So check that one out. If you want to come find us on WhatsApp, we're part of the Card Tricks WhatsApp community. So there's lots of different channels in there, but you come join us and chat in there. And on Facebook, if you want to search for Squared Circle Relics Pod on Facebook, come join the group and you'll come mixed with another group of people on there as well. So yeah, come check us out over on different social media platforms.
Prez, where can they find you?
No, can't be bothered with that. I'm just about to leave, go drink more beer and watch Schitt's Creek with the wife.
Nice.
Can't wait. There you go.
Cool. And you can find me at Cambridge Trading Cards on Instagram and YouTube. And as I said, I've mentioned it a few times in the show already. If you do want to get an up-close look at this product, I've got a couple of videos up there. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we will see you all very soon. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I've done it.